when the shoe comes out, I think it can be $100 million business.
Wow.
I think it could become a top 5 signature franchise, not just in the W, but across basketball.
There's another shoe that is set to be released in October as well. Now, this is crazy because this former Nike employee is speaking out against the Caitlin Clark situation 24 hours before a shoe is supposed to come out. Now, we know Caitlin Clark is the biggest person Nike has signed, in my opinion, since Michael Jordan, bro.
One shirt, one tweet, $1 billion buzz. Sophie Cunningham wore a second-hand Arby's t-shirt, just for fun. But that simple moment turned into a $20 million brand deal. Then Nike got involved, and what they did next completely changed the landscape.
Who's the showstopper? Who's the cash cow? Who's everything to the WNBA? This is just another reminder. But of course, Nike shortchanged her again, because that's what Nike does. And yet there are folks out here who think that they're going to build that Nike would build a basketball league around her. I think you're crazy.
A $1 billion lifetime deal for Caitlin Clark. No one in the WNBA saw it coming. Some players felt slighted. Fans picked sides. Brands jumped into the spotlight. But as the noise grew louder, one question kept coming up. Was this ever just about basketball?
It literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as
Or maybe it's about something bigger. Who's shaping the future of women's sports? This isn't just another headline. It's a high-stakes power play worth billions. And the biggest surprise? Wait until you see who comes out on top. Let's break it down.
More exciting sources states Clark is expected to receive a signature Nike shoe. Those same sources said Under Armour and Adidas also made offers. You can't beat that check, bro. You can't beat that check. Cause at the end of the day, Nike gonna put the money up, but also, I just think it's something about being an athlete and you want to see somebody walking around in your Nike shoe. You can't guarantee they're going to walk around in the Under Armour shoe. You can't guarantee that they're going to walk around in the Adidas.
That this is how they going about it. But at the end of the day, this is how they definitely going about it. Let's check out what Jordan had to say.
We need to talk about Caitlin Clark. Let's you and me talk about Caitlin Clark, since you refuse to talk about Caitlin Clark. I care deeply about you. I spent over a decade in your marketing organization. I spent several years trying to get into your organization. And it's been 3 years since I've left your company. I'm just here as a friend. I care about you. I want to show you two different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There's one who only rivals Caitlin Clark.
Want the real story behind the billion-dollar brand battle shaking up the WNBA? Stick around, this one changes everything. It all started when Sophie Cunningham showed up to a press conference wearing a thrift Arby's t-shirt. No promotion. No plan. Just a casual outfit. But then TikTok went wild. Memes took off, hashtags exploded, and in just 48 hours, Arby's offered her a $20 million deal. That's right, she became the face of their brand overnight. No marketing strategy, no rules, just one viral moment that changed the game.
This is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there? I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a cheddar melt.
That I have gotten. What if Caitlin Clark turning down Nike's marketing opportunities and ideas? I've heard members from people in and around this business that her team can be difficult. This is understandable being a megastar. It's Caitlin Clark. Guess who else difficult? Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron, the list goes on. You bend over backwards for stars, and Nike has bent over backwards for way less relevant stars than Caitlin Clark. So I'm guessing this is some of his article. He stated,
Sophie Cunningham was real, relatable, and totally unexpected. No script. No campaign. Just herself. But behind the scenes at Nike headquarters, the reaction was very different. When Sophie turned a thrift store Arby's t-shirt into a $20 million deal, it sent a message loud and clear: the game was changing. Big brands were no longer in control. It wasn't about long-standing fame or polished images anymore. It was about being genuine, going viral, and connecting with people in a real way. Nike saw the shift, and they didn't take it lightly. In response, they made their boldest move yet in WNBA history, a $1 billion lifetime deal with Caitlin Clark. No rumors, no teasers, just a surprise announcement that shook the sports world. Overnight, Caitlin's face was everywhere: billboards, sneaker boxes, commercials. Nike launched her own signature shoe, a national campaign called Built for This, and local court programs focused on underrepresented communities. This wasn't just business. It was a statement. Arby's had sparked a trend. Nike fired back with a full-scale brand campaign. The reaction? Total chaos. Angel Reese tweeted an emoji and quickly deleted it. AJA Wilson posted, "Shout out to the girls who grinded before it was trendy." Kelsey Plum shared an old photo from her early Nike days, adding, "So, this is what we're doing now." Tensions rose across the league. Some players were proud of Caitlin's success. Others felt overlooked. Locker rooms buzzed with quiet conversations and strong opinions. Through it all, Sophie stayed calm. This had never been part of her plan. She just wore a shirt, and everything took off from there. Meanwhile, Caitlin let her game speak first: 30-point nights, clutch shots, highlight reel passes. Then she spoke publicly. "This isn't about the money. It's about the mission. I want every girl wearing my shoe to know they belong right here." That quote appeared on a Nike billboard the next day. As for Sophie, she stayed grounded, literally, still showing up at local courts, running free clinics, and giving back through the game.
Right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back, if I'm being quite honest. Well, that has led to a lot of opportunities. By the way, she had a little bit of a down game yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham.
She was out there handing out gear, not chasing attention. Sophie wasn't looking for the spotlight. She became the light, right in the middle of billion-dollar deals and viral debates. And through it all, she stayed true. Still answering your calls from the parking lot in Tucson, just like always. These two women, Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark, changed the game. A $9 thrift store shirt. A $20 million brand deal. A $1 billion statement from Nike. This is what influence looks like now.
Nike has dropped the ball incredibly when it comes to anything and everything related to Caitlin Clark, including the situation at hand in dealing with Caitlin Clark's marketing, her sneaker or lack thereof,